Grab the line now! Grab the line now! Go right here!
In seas like this, even rescuers fight to survive. In the quiet dawn of Bergenal's waters, the MV Rockness begins what should have been a routine voyage.
Captain Arne Nyland, experienced and respected, trusts his charts, the same charts that contain a critical mistake.
The vessel carries thousands of tons of rock, a weight that will soon turn friend into enemy. An uncharted obstacle sits only meters below, a fatal threat unseen by any man on board.
For the crew, this morning feels like any other. Routine, predictable, safe.
The grinding won't stop! We're losing power to the main engines.
I know, I'm trying to reroute, but the console is fried.
The Rockness begins to list, slowly at first, then faster, as water floods the lower compartments.
Grab the line, quickly! Hold on tight! Help!
I'm slipping!
Take my hand! Mayday! 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 This is the SS Nyland. We are taking on water and losing power. We require immediate assistance.
But the list grows steeper, and the ship's colossal weight becomes impossible to fight. Below deck, chaos erupts. The engine room transforms into a deadly trap of crashing steel. Water pours in relentlessly, turning every passageway into a race against death. Onshore, rescue teams respond instantly, fellas, but time is already running out.
A rescue helicopter launches toward the disaster zone, hoping survivors are still holding on.
On board, terror grows. Every second brings the Rockness closer to flipping entirely.
All hands, abandon ship! This is not a drill. I repeat, abandon ship!
The Rockness finally succumbs to the sea, tipping onto its side in a catastrophic collapse. At last, rescuers arrive. But the scale of the disaster becomes horrifyingly clear.
It's okay, I've got you. Hold on tight to the buoy. You're safe now.
The overturned ship becomes a deadly maze of twisted steel and unpredictable currents.
But below the surface, several men remain alive, trapped in a shrinking air pocket, waiting for a miracle.
They pound desperately on steel walls, hoping rescuers above will hear the faint echoes. Then the miracle begins. Rescuers hear the faint metallic signals from inside the overturned vessel. The message is clear. There are men alive in the belly of the ship. A new race against time begins.
Rescue crews gather cutting equipment, determined to penetrate the thick hull before air runs out. A specialist diver ventures into the submerged labyrinth, a dangerous task with collapsing metal all around. Inside, the survivors hear something new, the unmistakable sound of rescuers cutting through steel. But the ship is unstable, shifting dangerously, threatening to collapse on the rescuers themselves. And a sudden crack echoes underwater. Debris crashes past the diver, missing him by inches.
Above, rescuers reorganize quickly, working with near military precision to keep the operation alive. Inside the darkness, hope fades, yet the men cling to faith as the water slowly rises.
We're here!
Above, rescue crews enlarge the escape route, cutting layer after layer of reinforced steel. One by one, the survivors are guided through a perilous, underwater path toward freedom.
Breaking the surface, the first survivor is hauled aboard, exhausted, freezing, but alive.
There's no time to celebrate Soot. More lives hang in the balance, and the sea is still claiming the wreck. Time is running out. Divers prepare a fragile escape route for the last trapped men.
The next man steps forward, trusting the diver with his life as they descend into the submerged passage.
Every inch forward is a fight. The path is tight, dark, and collapsing in places.
Survivors shiver uncontrollably as medics fight hypothermia with every tool they have.
Back inside the wreck, the remaining men face suffocating air and rising water.
Panic threatens to break their fragile composure, but they hold on, waiting for their turn to escape.
Another life reaches daylight, proof that the mission is still succeeding, one life at a time.
Vitals are unstable. Get the oxygen mask on now.
Starting IV access. Hang the fluids.
Stretcher is secured.
Look at that signature right there.
Affirmative. Turning the light onto it now.
The sea grows more violent, making every second of the operation more dangerous.
The final men prepare for their escape, nerves tight, hearts pounding. Another risky descent begins, each second stretching into hours as they move toward freedom.
Every moment is life-threatening. Even a single falling beam could end everything.
A diver reaches him just in time, offering a lifeline in the form of precious oxygen. Carrying the weakest survivor, the diver begins the last and most dangerous journey out of the wreck. The diver moves carefully. One wrong turn could trap them both inside the sinking wreck. The route tightens, forcing them to squeeze past jagged metal in a perilous underwater tunnel.
Push through the current! We are almost at the opening! Don't give up now!
At last, they emerge into daylight, battered but alive, as rescuers rush to pull them aboard.
Push harder! Maintain rhythm! I've got the airway. Are we stable? No change! Keep going!
Winches lowering 40 feet to the target. Roger that. Maintaining altitude.
They strap the fragile survivor into the basket, praying he survives the flight. The basket lifts skyward, swaying in savage winds as whole. Every second a struggle against nature.
How are the sats looking?
Holding steady at 95, starting the fluid bolus now.
The flight to the hospital becomes another race, Partida, this time against death itself.
Dispatch, this is Incident Command. The scene is stabilized and secure. All personnel accounted for. Standing down.
As the storm calms, the Rocknes remains overturned, a silent monument to the tragedy. The hull's wounds reveal the brutal truth. The ship never stood a chance against the hidden ridge.
My measurements show a 4-meter displacement at frame 82.
Confirmed. The structural failure starts right above the bilge keel.
Got the nav equipment. Careful with the compass, it might be the key.
Among the wreckage, investigators discover something alarming. The charts used by the crew are outdated.
Among the wreckage, investigators uncover a vital clue: records that survived the sinking against all odds.
Look at this entry here, 19 tons. That can't be right for this manifest. It's double the limit.
The handwriting is definitely inconsistent with the rest of the book.
It's tilting too fast. Grab the rail.
One moment I was standing there, the next, the whole room just flipped. The floor literally became a vertical wall, and everything just fell down.
Recreated scenes bring to life the chaos inside, where men fought to reach open decks before it was too late.
As you can see, shifting the weight just slightly causes a critical list.
The stability index is already in the red zone at this draft.
Metal fatigue and structural pressure left signs long before the disaster. Signs that were never addressed.
Piece by piece, the truth emerges. A chain of overlooked risks, rushed decisions, and mounting pressure.
Good morning. We are now ready to deliver the findings of the investigation into the tragedy at sea.
The official report details incorrect cargo loading, structural stress, and ignored warnings.
Behind every headline lies a human story. Lives full of dreams, cut short in a moment of violent sea.
As you can see on the schematic, the new fail-safe mechanism drastically reduces the risk of overload in sections 3 and 4.
Shipyards around the world implement reforms designed specifically to prevent the same deadly failures.
Today, a lonely marker floats above the resting place of the ship, a quiet reminder of a night of terror.
Holding you in our hearts tonight.
For survivors, healing comes slowly. They live with both gratitude and the weight of those lost.
The sea that took so much now lies serene, an eternal backdrop to human courage and tragedy.
In the end, nature remains indifferent, but the world carries the lessons learned from one of the deadliest nights at sea.